Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to some more Fall Guys. I decided to end up uploading the leftover gameplay that I had of Fall Guys from the brand new season, Season 2, so I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I wanted to ask you guys a question about Fall Guys here today, because obviously I want to be able to make content the best I can, and be able to provide you guys with stuff that you guys want to watch, slash what I want to play. And, you know, having something that's also YouTube friendly, of course. And so when it comes to Fall Guys, I thought this would be a appropriate question to ask considering the gameplay. And this is similar to what I mentioned back at the end of Season 1. It's basically about, like, what would happen with Fall Guys. And I wanted to ask you, given Season 2, and the content that we got, and the content that we could have gotten, like, what are your thoughts on the game? Do you guys still want to see Fall Guys? Because I still truly enjoy this game. This game at its core is really, really fun, and I still definitely do enjoy it. But for YouTube's sake, it definitely did fall off with things like Among Us competing with it. And also, as well, as just Season 2 didn't quite deliver in the way that we thought it would. And don't get me wrong, I still do enjoy the game. I'm not trying to say that this game sucks. I know I was saying that the game was, like, really, really good. It's one of my favorite games of all time. That still definitely stands. It's still a really, really fun game considering what it is. But it definitely is boring in comparison to what I thought it was going to be. So here's hoping they'll definitely add in more content like mid-season updates or something like that. But yeah, like, I want to ask you guys, like, even though I enjoy this game and a lot of you guys say that you're open to, like, me playing whatever, and I greatly do appreciate that, thank you. But I would like to believe that some of you guys in the back of your mind do wish that I were to upload certain content. So just let me know in the comment section down below. Do you want to see some more Fall Guys? And if so, what type of Fall Guys content would you want to see? Or in other words, how often would you want to see Fall Guys? Would you like to see it like every couple days, once every few weeks? Just feel free to let me know. I'm going to play it by ear. Obviously, like, I'm the one that's running the channel, and you guys don't want to necessarily have to run the channel for me. Obviously, you guys just want to be entertained. But I thought that would be the humble thing to do, which would just end up being to ask you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much my beginning question, but let's get more on in with the gameplay. So this is my second win of Season 2. I've only got 2 wins in Season 2 just because I haven't played since the first couple days at launch. Because unfortunately, like I said, the game just does happen to be a little bit boring. Personally, what I would love to see for the game is that I would like to have mid-season updates as well, kind of like what they did with the Yeetus and Cheetus. Although I do would like to have it where the Yeetus and Cheetus does end up adding in new maps and stuff like that too, instead of necessarily revamping the old ones. Although I do admit the revamping of the old ones definitely made the end of Season 1 very fun, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people would rather have new rather than revamps. But I would think overall people would rather like new. Even if it's a bad map, they always could just remove it. The thing is with a lot of developers, right, we all kind of go off of the Fortnite standard with them, where it's just like, oh yeah, if we don't like something, you can just remove it, but we want you to make new content on a consistent basis. I don't know how easy that would be necessarily for Fall Guys, but here's hoping that these maps aren't necessarily too crazy for them to make, considering the circumstances in the world and stuff like that. Although I do give credit to a lot of devs, and I have a lot of respect for them, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but I really am a big fan of self-education. Alongside my college classes right now, I've dabbled in things such as through edX, and I've basically been self-educating myself about stuff, and one of my favorite things was about a video game class, and like how to develop video games, and you'd be surprised how in detail some of these mechanics can be in a game with coding. And I give really big props to the developers, seriously. Like, the game coding is not easy by all means, and I do definitely give them respect, but I'm just hoping that the circumstances isn't going to prevent them from have restrictions on, like, games and stuff like that. You know, I hope that there's no preventing and restrictions, because I want to be able to have the game flourish, and unfortunately for them, it seems like that they're more in favor of seasonal updates rather than weekly or even monthly updates. Because it would be really cool if, like, once every month we got a new course, and, like, once every, like, couple weeks we end up getting, like, maybe, like, a set of new skins, or maybe even just new game mechanics would be nice. Like, because the game is pretty simplistic with just grab, jump, run, etc. Maybe we can end up having another button that would allow us to have a different function. Maybe we can end up doing that. Maybe what we can do is we can have a crouch button, and we can have a game mode where we're involved to crouch, such as like walking through like a equivalent of like a ducking podium, similar to like this with Jump Showdown or Jump Club. But instead of jumping, we can also crouch. That would be kind of like a simple little thing that I'm thinking about. That'd be kind of fun. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, that's just kind of like my general thoughts on Fall Guys. It's not a bad game. by any means, but it definitely can be improved. Just because it's just one of those things like Apex, where just like Apex was good, but eventually just got stale because like the content was just so infrequent. Some games do it better than others, but it just is what it is. And also another thing as well, when it just comes to like games in general, and I've said this just with life in general, and I'm not necessarily going to be too philosophical. I'll save the philosophical stuff for separate videos because I don't want too much of it. But we all know that the opinions, I guess, are subjective, and this can modify over time, but I would say good rule of thumb is we just don't want to get bored, and we want to complete our goals while we still have the general interest. Like, we don't want to have burnout, but we also don't want to end up, you know, having underperformance. We want to hit that sweet spot of games where it's just like we have a variety of stuff to do, but it's not too daunting, and it's very fulfilling when we complete it. And I feel like that Fall Guys was one of those games back in Season 1, and I would just like to get that spark back. Because even things with, like, Among Us, like, I can tell you guys, I've played Among Us, I've never uploaded Among Us, and I know it'd be really great for something like my YouTube channel to play Among Us. But the thing is with Among Us is that, unfortunately, even though I do really like that game, it's, once again, suffering the same idea of, like, it's going to get repetitive really fast. The games are really, really different depending on the lobbies you get, like, for example, playing against your friends who happen to be the imposter, etc., etc. But the rule of thumb is that there's always going to be, like, 1 or maybe 2, and maybe 3 imposters at max, and everyone plays kind of, like, based off of the meta that they've taught themselves. It's an indie game, you know, it's meant to be simplistic. And I'm just hoping that Among Us doesn't eventually suffer the fate that I'm already starting to feel, which is like the game is starting to get repetitive, and the only thing that's making it different is the players rather than the actual game itself. So, yeah, that's just kind of like what it is, just at the end of the day. Overall, I would say that games, like I said, subjective. One thing I do have an advantage of is the fact that I have YouTube being able to help me out with motivation for games. Because with the Xbox One and just the PS4, and just wrapping up the old consoles in general in preparation for the new consoles, even though there is backwards compatibility, I just like the idea of being able to, like, move on and just being able to, like, have a different change of pace. Like, there's some games that, like, their content is fun, but it would just be nice to be able to play with the new graphics, the new engine, etc., etc., etc. Just because I feel like, even though I do like the idea of backwards compatibility, it doesn't make it or break it for me for a console. If anything, I can always just end up going back, so that's pretty much going to be that for the end of the day. Now, I understand that might sound like I am rambling here, and it might sound like I'm struggling to come up with ideas, which I will be honest, yes, at the exact same time, I am not trying to necessarily try to fill this in with random filler at the end of the day, but I will admit that there is kind of like a little bit of, like, struggle trying to figure out what to talk about over these gameplays, because Fall Guys is one of those games that you're meant to kind of do live, but I'm recording them after the fact just because of the chat splitter issue. I hope you guys can respect that and you don't necessarily mind. Like, this is what I'm talking about, like, with struggling with content. I'll be honest, I'll own to the fact that I am kind of just trying to stall for algorithm. I hope you guys really understand. I'll admit that I'm not trying to BS you guys. You guys know I'm never going to try to BS you guys. But that's the YouTube algorithm. I'm just trying to make sure that this video reaches around 8 to 10 minutes on average. Because luckily, for me recently, now that I've hit 1,000 subscribers, and just a matter of 30 minutes ago, I finally got applied for the YouTube Partner Program, and now we are back in it, boys. I got an email at 2 a.m., and the YouTube Partner Program accepted me back. We are now back in business, and we can now start running ads on YouTube videos again. You may have even saw it for today's YouTube video, potentially. Here's hoping. So I hope you guys don't mind seeing the random Raid Shadow Legends ads for every now and again. But yeah, basically YouTube allowed me to end up monetizing my videos again, which I'm honestly shocked because half of them are not ad-friendly in the slightest, but YouTube, you didn't hear that. And yeah, so looking forward to posting ads again, be able to make this one step closer to being a full-time career. And here's hoping that overall you guys will be okay with the ads. And if you guys end up seeing an ad, you know, don't worry. It's not like I intentionally put that certain type of ad there. It's not like a sponsorship. It's just whatever YouTube gives me. So hopefully if you see a Raid Shadow Legends ad or whatever, yeah, you know it's not your boy. But yeah, guys, I hope you ended up enjoying today's video. I'm going to start wrapping things up here just because, like I said, I'm kind of rambling here at this point. But I do truly hope you guys end up enjoying. In summary, just let me know what you guys are thinking of Fall Guys and whether you guys want to see it again in the future. And just thanks once again for just all the support on the channel. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys end up having a wonderful day. Hopefully you guys will end up enjoying your next-gen experiences and just the video games and just throughout your day in general. If you guys end up enjoying today's video, just once again, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys end up enjoying another YouTube video for the most unique YouTuber you guys will ever end up seeing. Peace out, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day.